Last week, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, released a directive on its website, ready.gov, encouraging people to hunker down and seek shelter in the event of a nuclear holocaust. All right, yep, sure, normal stuff. This comes as global fears of nuclear warfare mount amid the Russia-Ukraine conflict. But here's a key thing. The directive also notes that people mask up and social distance during that nuclear holocaust, should they be hunkering in a bunker with members outside of their own households. So, it's just for safety, guys.
Oh, my God.
Depends if you have circulated air, then you can do 6 feet. If you don't, then 12 to 15.
In the event of a nuclear holocaust, in the event of all-out nuclear war and the near extinction of our species, I just hope everybody is, mask up. Because of the science.
And social distance.
Social distance.
So,
yeah.
So, you might not be able to let too many people into your bunker, right? I mean, I'm
going to be huddling in this part of the bunker. If we all were in a bunker, we're different households. So, I'm going to hang out.
I don't know.
By the munitions, and somebody can be by the.
I'll be by the beans.
You're going to be by the beans.
Well,
you're a bean guy.
Then you guys might have to cut me out. I mean, you can't let. I don't think all three of us can be in there. That's just too much.
Ooh,
One of us is going to
vote somebody out of the bunker.
Yeah, the CDC has spoken, so going to have to close that door.
Yeah.
Can only mix 2 households, not 3. We've got to follow those old Thanksgiving orders, right?
So I looked at this a little more closely, and apparently this guidance was first, or this website was first written or whatever, like a year or 2 ago, at I guess a more serious, it's still ridiculous, but a more serious time of the pandemic. But it was updated just the other day. It says at the bottom, updated as of February 25th or something. But they probably didn't update that part. Right, but they should have read it over again.
That's the problem with it. That's the problem with it working for the government, is that the person who updated that was probably told, go update, this little X provision.
Yeah.
And if that person saw it, they were probably like, you know what? I think we could scrub the masking and social distancing in the nuclear bunker part. But that bureaucrat is not authorized to make that change.
Yeah.
And getting authorization to make that change is probably harder than surviving a nuclear winter.
There's a lot of people that I think even in a nuclear winter would actually say, I need a social distance, I need to wear my mask. I think that people are at that point mentally in this pandemic still. I mean, people are kind of nuts about it. And I mean, I don't want to find out. I hope we don't have to find out if they're this nuts. But I actually wouldn't put it past quite a few people.
Kim, what is your post-apocalyptic survival skill? What do you bring to the table? Are you good with a bow and arrow?
I can shoot a gun or something. I don't know. I mean,
no.
I don't know how helpful that would be. Although, one of the things that's going on in Ukraine, very sadly, is that because they are giving weapons to everyone, right? They've just been kind of handing them out. There have been a lot of reports of people then using those weapons for more sinister things, not actually in fighting the war. So I worry about that sort of thing happening, if we had some sort of event like a nuclear fallout, and of course there wouldn't be any law and order at that point, that then people would be taking their weapons, whatever weapons they have, or if the government decides to give us weapons. I mean, I don't know if that would be a very good idea.
What's happening in Ukraine is why I don't favor taking the weapons away in the first place. This is what the Second Amendment is for, so nobody can invade our country.
Yeah, but it almost goes in the opposite, because people are, there are, in one of the towns from what I was monitoring on Telegram, the government actually put out a directive saying that if somebody, I don't know if I'm saying this word right, a marauder? Do you know what a marauder?
Yeah,
like somebody
marauder.
who's like
a robber.
A robber, right? They actually said you can shoot them. Like if somebody's marauding, go ahead and shoot.
It's a looter, basically.
Yeah.
When the looting starts, the shooting starts.
You're right.
And that's
when we're being invaded by,
But in this country, we wouldn't really have to hand out weapons. The people who have 300 guns would have to be willing to distribute 1 or 2.
Oh, and they're
to the
not
rest of the
do
community.
That. I doubt that's going to happen.
They might if it's like the people of their town versus.
Ryan, do you have a post-apocalyptic skill to share with us?
I mean, I can swing an axe.
He can swing an axe. We're going to put Ryan to work.
So.
Didn't you chop down your Christmas tree?
No, but I chopped down a ton of trees over the last year.
Oh. I thought that you actually went out into the woods.
I did. I actually did. I sawed down the tree.
Okay,
tree
you saw.
this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's harder than it looks. I tried to chop wood once.
It
was
is.
sore.
It takes some practice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
All right, Robby, what's your
you
skill?
also don't want to like chop your foot off.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's
you
a
gotta be
legitimate.
careful.
Oh, I don't have a skill.
legitimately
I'll be
beneficial
totally
thing.
useless. Yeah. No one will. No one will keep me around.
Well, then we know who's not coming into the bunker.
I know. I'm getting left out. Then I'm gonna get the radiation.
But then you don't have to mask up, so you'll be happy.
That's fine. I'll be happy. No, I'm hoping I get I become like a mutant or something from radiation exposure.
Oh, I see. It's like X-Men. So you're
Yeah,
gonna
it's
get
gonna be an
some kind
X-Men. It's gonna be an X-Men deal.
Well, then which superpower are you gonna get?
Oh, I don't know. I've always wanted to kind of shoot lightning, sorta. Like the bad guys in Star Wars. But now we're just crossing genres. Well, I guess they're all Disney owned at this point. But
Right.
I'd take any of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot some lightning. Yeah. Then you'll pay for not letting me in the bunker. So.
I have a friend that actually used to stock up on this pill called Nuke Protect. And
A pill?
In the event of it was a pill in the event of nuclear fallout. Then she would be taking these Nuke Protect pills. She was really worried about nuclear war, and I always thought it was
Gotta
funny.
have it in your bag. Yeah.
But now I'm thinking I'm going to call her up and say, where do I get that Nuke Protect? I'd like to stock up on some of that.
Wow.
Okay. And you put it in the bug out bag.
Gotta have it. And the mask. Gotta have the mask, just cause.
Well, that's the funny thing is that N95s are in bug out bags. Like every decent bug out bag has an N95.
Right.
And often those are the same people who are like, I'm not wearing one of those.
Oh, I did learn. Okay, here's one survival skill I've learned. We did this in our office at Reason Magazine. I know how to break out of a zip tie. If you get kidnapped and you get zip tied, your hands. I know how to. There's a way to break out of it that I've
So
learned.
if you end up being the marauder and they grab you and they put you in the zip ties, then you're going to be able to
if
get
we all
out.
get kidnapped by some rival post-apocalyptic, post-nuclear mutant horde, like a Mad Max type scenario, then I'll know how we can escape. So.
Well, you'll escape, but will you save us? That's the big question.
That is the question. That is the question.
Make sure to bring phones though so we can broadcast Rising.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we'll totally still be doing Rising. We will be coming to you from the nuclear wasteland of the future. So,
With more Rising right after this.